going. Sorry.
Okay. Castle Guards by Wilma Willis-Iles.
I'm Lauren, and I will be playing Robin.
I'm Ruth, and I'll be playing Bran.
I'm Sarah, and I will be playing King and Invader.
And I'm Leah, and I'll read stage directions. Lights up. 2 medieval guards are standing at the entrance of a castle. Bird and nature sounds in the background. The guards stand in silence for a while.
What kind of bird do you reckon that one is?
Dunno.
I reckon it's a goldfinch.
Don't look very gold, do it?
Not the gold is on their wings. Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that?
Sure, ask anyone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, you ain't everyone, are you?
Hey, if you knew what kind of bird it was, what'd you go asking me for?
It's no fun if I just tell you things. I like to keep a nice dialogue going between the two of us.
We don't get paid for dialogue. How come you know so much about birds in the first place?
When you've been guarding as long as I have, you pick up hobbies.
We don't get paid for hobbies either.
Did I say we get paid for hobbies?
It's not in our contract, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yes, our contract. Like I always say, my contract is second only to the good book when it comes to instructions on how to live my life. Why are you so anxious about what we get paid to do anyways? As far as I'm concerned, long as we stand here, don't let any invaders or Frenchmen into the castle, we can do and say anything else we want.
I just take my work very seriously.
Look, I bet you a shilling that's a great tit.
Sorry, a what?
Great tit! It's a type of bird. I bet you a shilling that one's right there.
You're making that up.
Why would I make up a type of bird?
Because you think I am easily convinced of ridiculous things. And you like saying silly names.
Both are true in general, but not in this specific situation.
Can we just do our job?
Are you telling me to shut up?
No, I'm just...
No, I understand. I'll be quiet. Let's do our jobs.
I just don't understand why you take a job if you have no enthusiasm for it.
Enthusiasm for standing in front of a bleeding door all day.
You know what I mean.
I honestly don't. I'm here to get paid. Nothing else.
Why did you take this job in the first place? What makes you get up in the morning and say, I'm gonna guard that castle like no one's ever guarded it before?
Getting paid.
Come on. Have you no patriotism? No sense of honor?
Not really, no.
I took this job out of a desire to serve our king.
Lovely. Well, you've served him. How do you feel now?
I'm doing this for my sense of duty.
Oh, duty!
Of course, one has nothing if not for a sense of duty.
And what do you expect from it after? You want them to give you a title? Your own castle? Should we tell everyone how good of a guard you were? Should we invite the Pope?
You're being ironic, aren't you?
Oh, no. Never in my life.
Oh, good. For your information, the only thing I expect out of this is a feeling of a job well done.
And like I said before, the only thing I expect out of this is a steady paycheck, which I have gotten for the entirety of my employment. Seems like a much more realistic goal to me.
You're too cynical for your own good.
And you're not quite cynical enough.
I'm starting to think this job's going to be a lot more difficult than my contract originally entailed.
I could make it more difficult if you so desire.
I will now just be silent. You can't bother me if you have no stimulus to respond to.
That's where you're wrong, kiddie. I can talk for days.
Not responding!
A list of birds native to Great Britain. By me, Robin Ward. Red grouse, black grouse, ptarmigan, grey partridge, red-footed partridge, golden pheasant, quail...
Shut your god, the king is coming!
Robin and Bran both stiffen up. The king enters.
My word, is that a great tit? God, I asked you a question.
Yes, Your Majesty, I believe it is. It has that signature yellow colour, see?
Oh, how wonderful. I must have my squire Don't mark that down. I'm halfway to a bingo.
Bingo, Your Majesty.
Did I say you could speak? Other gods? Don't answer that. I'll be inside.
The king exits through the castle door.
Don't you dare laugh at me.
I wasn't going to.
I said, don't you dare laugh at me. I can't believe how embarrassing that was. My first time meeting the king and I completely blew it.
Trust me, the king will have forgotten all about this by tomorrow.
This is the worst day of my life.
I envy your life if that's the
Do
case.
you think I'll be fired for this?
Worse, beheaded.
Oh, no! My life is over. I had so much adrenaline.
I really have to watch my irony around you, don't I?
That's it. I'm not in the way.
Now there's a way to actually get beheaded. Bran, look, just calm down. It's not the end of the world. Hey, you see that bird? Focus on that bird.
No.
What kind of bird do you reckon that is?
A goldfinch?
Yeah! Well, no, actually, that's a greenfinch, but it's,
What?
you know, practically.
What's the difference?
Sorry?
They look the same. What's the difference?
The faces are different. A goldfinch has a red mask, kind of a pattern around its eyes there. A greenfinch doesn't. The mask is the dead giveaway. They do have similar wing patterns, though. You've got that bang on.
Maybe they should call it a redfinch.
You think?
A greenfinch looks golder than a goldfinch does. Names should make sense.
How about you write into the folks what name the birds? Give them a piece of your mind, like.
Love to. One problem,
What's that?
I can't ride.
How are you feeling?
Better.
Good. You've got a royal duty to do, remember?
Yeah, of course. Didn't know the king was a bird watcher.
Not many do. You'll never guess who gave him that bingo sheet.
Wasn't you, was it?
What do you think?
Come off it. You serious?
He expressed an interest in the many species of birds native to this area. I told him I had a book I could lend him, and he's been on and on about birds ever since. Trust me, this is loads better than his last hobby. He tried to get into glass blowing for a bit, and that was an unmitigated disaster.
I thought you hated the king.
I never said that.
But you said...
He's not my best friend or nothing like that, and I'm not doing my job out of a deep love for the guy, but he's a decent boss. Not a lot of good jobs around here, and this one lets me watch my birds, and the king always pays me on time. At the very least, he's better than his brother was.
Oh, I believe that.
I'm sorry about making fun earlier. I was actually a lot like you when I was just starting out.
I might have deserved it. Sometimes I can be a bit of a...
Wet rag.
I would have put it less creatively, but yes.
Well, I can be a bit of a...
Nitwit.
bit blunt.
But sure. So we're even then.
Yeah, seems about that way, don't it?
You'll have to teach me about those birds sometime.
And you'll have to teach me about whatever it is you like to do.
An invader enters. They look exactly like the king, except eviler.
Guards, open the gates.
Why? You think you're the king or something?
Yes. I mean, obviously. I mean, how dare you speak that way to your monarch?
Just a little joke, Your Majesty. Hope you don't mind. We'll open these gates right up for you.
Many thanks.
Good to see you again, Your Majesty. Sorry about earlier.
Don't mention it now, if you'll excuse me.
Oh yes, of course.
The invader exits through the castle doors.
See? He's warming up to you already.
Hang on. we just let the king into the castle.
Right.
And we let the king into the castle earlier.
Yes.
Did we ever let the king out of the castle?
No, I don't believe we did.
And as far as I am aware, the king does not possess the power of teleportation.
Not to my knowledge, no.
If all that is the case, who did we just let into the castle?
My evil brother, back from the dead? How about thee?
Still hiding within the castle.
I see now. The slightly more evil mustache should have been a dead giveaway.
The slight fashion difference. I have thread count in the king's jacket, and the lapels were of a slightly different shape.
Ah, so it's fashion you're into then?
They ought to be.
I'll tell you all about birds if you tell me about clothes.
Seems like a deal to me.
Oh no! You stabbed me! The kingdom is mine!
Would now be a good time to run away? I'd say so.
They run away, and
Woo!